Two and one. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Hustle. It's a dude who I feel like has the lifetime pass to the barbecue. He has been he's been hooking us up with joint after joint, and he's back with a brand new project called On Earth and in Heaven. One time, y'all, for Robin Thicke.
Yes, sir. What's up, Morning Hustle?
Yo, man, use what's up right now, man. Congrats on everything you got going on, man. Like the Masked Singer is still definitely a vibe. You know, like I find myself like leaning all the way into TV trying to figure out who the hell is it this week? And then for you to leave that too and still be able to come back and do what you love the most, the music is great. How you feel about it?
Well, I'm still staying with the Masked Singer because, it's nice to have a job these days. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like I don't think anybody's turning down jobs. And all I have to do is wear a suit and watch performances and hang out with my friends. So I'm loving the Masked Singer. It's a blast. But, music is my life, and so this is my first album in 7 years. And over the last 7 years, I've been through just about everything you can go through. My father passed away, my house burnt down, I got divorced, sued, my manager passed away, and my mentor all left this earth. And then I've had 3 babies, I fell in love, I got a new TV show, and now I got a new album. So it's been a lot of changes, a lot of heartbreak and loss, but I'm happy to be on my feet and have a lot of love in my life.
And I know recently you talked about therapy, like kind of getting you over with certain things, but what else is something that you may have done besides music, that have gotten you through those tough times, just to give you even a positive outlook to know you can fall in love again and do new things?
Well, I think it's, you have your faith in God, and you just, when you have a lot of love in your life and you have a lot of people that have given you a lot of love and support, whether that's your mom or your dad or your friends, that, they can help you get back on your feet. And for me, it was really my children, my son, Julian, when my father passed, that became the closest relationship, of course, in my life now when I didn't have my father. So I just poured so much energy into my relationship with my son. And then I had 3 more kids. So now all my time is my kids. But, it's made me whole. I thought fame would bring me joy. It didn't. I love the music, and I love performing, and I love going around the world and sharing my music. But, nothing brings me more joy than my family does,
Well, yo, Robin Thicke, I mean, like, I feel like you sitting on the screen right now is evidence of human cloning, because you talk about your father. You're on here on the screen right now looking just like him when growing pains popped off.
Yes, sir.
And, and our heart really goes out to you, because I know it's been a few years since he passed, man. But, like, yo, he was just so cool on TV. Like, he felt like he was our cool stepdad. You know what I mean? Or when you go stay at your cousin's house. Like, out of everything that, you played for your father, what song of yours did he rock with the most?
Well, my father was a Bruce Springsteen fan. You know what I mean? He liked it when I amped the energy. Like, he loved Blurred Lines, and he loved those kind of records that had more bigger energy than my love ballads. But he was just my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. No matter what, he would rock my music, and he would tell everybody everywhere he went, my son Robin's got his new album. He's singing soul music, So that, he was the man in everything he did.
When you did first tell your family that you were going to get into singing, what was the reaction? Because, sometimes when people are in the industry, they're like, no, we don't want our kids in it. What was the reaction from your family?
Yeah, they were just kind of like, we'll see, or everybody will promise you a dream. To be honest, when I was a teenager, they weren't that into it, My dad, of course, used a couple of his contacts, but I didn't end up going that direction. Actually, one of my dad's great friends was David Foster. So he hooked me up with David Foster, which was, but I didn't really want to make that kind of music. I was more of Belle Biv DeVoe.
Right.
I wanted to make hip hop art. I wanted to be Jodeci, not Unbreak My Heart. You know what I mean?
Were you the dude at your school that can dance?
I'm sorry?
Were you the dude at your school that can dance?
Yeah, I was at the school, the dude at the school that could dance, but if you would have put me at some other school, I don't know.
What was...
At my school,
you could dance, you had the moves.
Yeah. Maybe not at GW, you know what I mean?
So I always like ever since the first record I knew you for, I believe it was your first record, but Get You Alone, when you was riding through the city on the bike and your hair was just swinging,
Yeah.
and for you to evolve to this now, one person I know you did work with a lot is Lil Wayne.
Hold on, I got my
Okay.
phone in the back.
Oh, I thought he was gonna pull out the bike.
Yeah, if you started riding the bike through the house.
No, that would be fly, right? That would be fly. No, we don't have
Peloton.
We don't have budget for that. Sorry, what were you asking? I apologize.
Okay, so you worked with Lil Wayne on a couple of songs, and at one point in time, I thought you guys were going to do a whole album. Now he's going back and doing certain things, like he's doing an album with Joel Santana. Would you consider doing an album with Lil Wayne if he came back?
Well, I mean, Lil Wayne ain't never left. You know, he's one of my.
Well, came back to you, to your collabs.
Well, we did a record a few months ago. We got a couple in the safe, you know, that we're holding on to. But he's usually one of my first calls because he can do any style. You know what I mean? There's nothing that he can't do. So and we've had such great history together. The first time either one of us were on the Tonight Show, we did it together, and the first time either one of us were on the Grammys, we performed together.
Really?
So we have a lot of history together. Yeah.
Now, for everybody who's joining us, man, we tapping in with Robin Thicke right now. And the crazy thing is we watched your whole life play out in real time with a lot of these things. And, you know, even in the trailer of the album for On Earth and in Heaven, you know, you see about the losses. You know, what do you feel like, you know, out of everything that you lost was the most irreplaceable?
Well, obviously, you know, the stuff means nothing compared to the people. You know, I can't compare my piano. I miss my piano a lot from my house burning down. But my father and Andre Harrell, for those of you who don't know, Andre Harrell was CEO of Uptown Records and then Bad Boy, and he was mentor to so many of us in the music and entertainment and fashion industry. And he mentored me for 20 years and was my executive producer. And these two men that were my father figures, they were the guys I wanted to celebrate my life with. That was the godfather to my son, Julian. My dad was my first phone call for every piece of good news or bad news that I had. And these were the guys that I wanted to celebrate the rest of my life with. And to lose them so early and unexpectedly, I lost them both to heart complications with no preparation, you know? And so that kind of sudden loss can be very shocking and jarring. And for me, like I said, I've just tried to take it day by day and step by step and focus on my family and focus on my work, my music, you know, and that gives me something to live for, you know?
Now, with growing up the way you have in front of everybody, like Craig said, how have you tried to evolve your sound? Because when I listen to your project, I feel so much more maturity, like the tone you're coming from. It's love, but it's a different type of love. It's not just I love you, I want to touch you, I want to hold you. It's like in a deeper mental capacity. So can you kind of express what that love is now?
I appreciate that. Thank you, Billy, for noticing that. Well, you know, I started out like that, and it was all about the intention, you know, like the evolution of Robin Thicke, that album that was my breakout album. The songs on there are like the songs on this album in that there's an intention, there's a purpose in the music, what it's trying to accomplish. When I caught some fame and I caught some hits, then, you know, you sing some hooks on some other people's records and you start talking about sex more than love, and you kind of get lost in your message because you want to be on the charts, you want to stay hot, you know. But after some time away, I was able to refocus myself on my intention, on my message in my music, and I realized my message was not about, you know, getting it popping anymore. My message was about gratitude and love and hard work and sacrifice, you know, for the better good.
I do want to talk about The Masked Singer a little bit more. So who would you say was the worst singer you've heard out of the whole time you was on there? And also, who was the most notable, like you knew right away as soon as they started?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say like the worst, you know.
No, it's not.
That's not my style.
You know who the worst is.
I will say, in a fun way, the worst singer, but one of the best people we had on the show was Gronkowski.
Okay.
Gronk was not a rapper and did not have no rhythm. But man, was he fun to watch dance. Just this enormous man doing the Cabbage Patch, you know.
No. And what about the most notable? Because we seen Busta Rhymes and we talked to him about it. And we were like, Busta, you were a damn dragon and you sounded just like yourself.
You fooled no one.
As soon as he walked on stage, I was like, that's Busta Rhymes.
But what about your homie Lil Wayne? Because everybody
Lil
too is
Wayne,
like really good about keeping it a secret.
Right.
And like, did he shoot you a text like, yo, vote for your boy?
Straight up, that was when I knew that our white producers knew what they were doing. I just didn't think that Lil Wayne would even be on it, and I was so excited, and it made me realize. And then Busta, and then that the show has made a real effort to stay with the Black community. You know, Patti LaBelle, Gladys Knight. Like sometimes these shows can get a little whitewashed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been really great of the show to make sure that we represent hip hop and R&B. The classics, the best, you know, and to have Busta Rhymes and Lil Wayne and T-Pain on the show, you know, that just gave us hood credibility. So we needed that.
Some of those people y'all name, I'll be like, who the hell is that? How do y'all know all of these? I mean, I know obviously you've been in the industry for a while, but there's some of them people you don't know, right? You never see.
When they go to YouTubers and stuff like that, I just be like, I don't say nothing. I'm like, I have no idea who that is. Like, you know, I like Ninja. I hear he's like a top gamer. Ninja.
Yeah, with the pink hair or something. Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about him. Of course, he makes way more money than me. And I don't even know.
No, he makes a lot of money. Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
Yo, so like, talking about the album real quick. I mean, it seems like you showed up for every occasion. I mean, a lot of people still like, not really going out as much, a little quarantined up. You're trying to raise the population with the music you're making, my brother. From the first record on there, even to that Ola joint. That Ola joint is a vibe. And even like, the levels, the layers that you peel back. I mean, you said That's What Love Can Do. First song you wrote on there was about your dad. Yeah. And I didn't know if like, whether this was a thing or not. You worked with Pharrell again, which I was afraid wouldn't happen because I didn't know if that was part of the court order injunction. Like, listen.
No. They can't do that.
The studio together again with these group of people.
It's not a restraining order against me and Pharrell. No, actually, we started that record back in the Blurred Line sessions. We did 3 days and we made 3 records, and Take Me Higher was one of the records we started, but it just didn't have enough on it yet. So we got back together a few years ago, went in the studio, added some horns, added some guitar, added the intro with the strings, and then it was the whole thing, you know what I mean? Then it was a full record.
Do you think everything that happened with you with Blurred Lines, do you think it was fair?
Well, there's so much that happened. As far as the lawsuit, no. I mean, we're songwriters and producers. We've been doing this our whole life. Our goal is to originate, to do something that's never been done before. And and you're talking about me and Pharrell, who pride ourselves on making our own music. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I don't think that part was fair. But, that's not for me to go back and have regrets. My job is to keep making music. It's for the people. That's for the people who makes money off of it. You know what I mean? The fact is that the music itself was always for the people, and the people that make money off it, they can worry about that. You know what I mean?
And you've worked with so many great producers. Nile Rodgers, who's one of my friends, I love Nile. Who would you say is one of your top producers or your favorite? Let's just say your favorite that you would love to work with.
Oh, well, I'd love to do something with Dr. Dre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't come out the closet much for, he likes to wait a long time until his project is perfect. But I've always wanted to do something with him.
Yeah, it'll come out in like 40 years. You'll be like.
I love Swizz. Swizz and I did a record together years ago. I'd love to do another one with him. But right now I'm really on this path, especially being a little older now. And now that I'm not necessarily chasing, the dollar as much as I was, to pay the bills. Now I can really just settle into what kind of music do I want to leave behind? You know what I mean? Yeah. And now my son is putting pressure on me because he's listening to Lauryn Hill and Stevie Wonder and, Ella Fitzgerald in the house. And then I got to play my records. I'm like, well, I got to compete with the best if I'm going to impress my son, So I think there's a healthy competition and all that.
Now there's something I'm excited about seeing that somebody might forget to say. But man, working with you on Husbands of Hollywood and seeing your comedic timing ability, when will we get Robin back on television doing some comedy or just having a moment in a role, man, or interlude in a video or something, bro? Because people don't realize how your timing is, man.
Now's the time, and actually, even these last couple seasons on Masked Singer, I even opened up a little more because I think I wasn't totally comfortable on Masked Singer yet because I was like, wait, I'm an artist what am I doing up here? You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I've really embraced it these last couple seasons, especially since COVID. I've become so much more grateful for any opportunities to be myself, to get paid for being myself. You know?
And it expands your audience even so.
Yeah. Well, also it made me, actually, the best thing that it's been for me so healthy, like therapy has, it's been therapeutic, where I was able to start laughing. Ken would make fun of my hair and my merch and my music and my hits and all of this on national television. To be able to be made fun of was actually like the last thing that I needed, you know what I mean? To laugh at myself. And now that I can laugh at myself, it's just opened up a lot more doors for me, you know?
That's
well, I
amazing.
feel like a lot of times we laugh with you, we cry with you, we see you go through it all, you know, and I appreciate the fact that you was always, you know, very, you know, transparent about your battles with sobriety. And, you know, and I know in these dark times that we in, a lot of times people have, you know, trouble keeping that plain balance. How has it been for you, and what's helped you got through, you know, and because maybe what you say can help a lot of people.
My issues with sobriety were more that I just didn't want the party to stop. You know what I mean? Like, it was more just like I was working, I was promoting, I was partying, I was parenting. I thought I could do it all, but that's just arrogance. You know what I mean? Then all of a sudden your habits, your bad habits catch up to you, you know what I mean? And then you hit a wall and you're like, wait a second, what is this lifestyle I'm living, you know? And so for me, my children have been my guiding light that way, because I want to get up for them. I want to be sober for them. I want to be good energy for them. You know what I mean? I don't want to be cranky and hungover in the mornings and shit like that. So my children really just, you know, straighten me up. You know, don't get me wrong. I might on a Saturday night when everybody's asleep, you know what I mean, have myself a little something. But my lifestyle as a whole is, I'm not letting my habits jeopardize my lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's amazing right there. So, yo, the album is called On Earth and in Heaven. I want to get to one of these records off here. What you want to touch down with?
Well, you know, you mentioned Hola, so you know, it might be kind of fun to play that. That's actually Jay-Z's favorite. So we'll start with Ho's favorite and celebrate his champagne being purchased by Moet Hennessy.
Gotta love it, man. Robin Thicke is in the building. And hey, listen, before we get to this record, before you roll out, I mentioned on the way in that you got the lifetime pass to the barbecue.
Thank you, sir.
What would Robin Thicke bring to the barbecue?
You know, well, I would definitely bring some champagne.
There we go, Ace of Spades.
Yeah, Ace of Spades, and I bring a football, and you know, I wouldn't want to compete on the ribs, but I might bring my salad. I might bring my Caesar salad. Let everybody get down on that.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
That sounds like a move.
Let's put the apostrophe on the Caesar salad. Robin Thicke is in the building, man. Hola is the joint we playing right now, On Earth and in Heaven, in stores now. Robin Thicke, thank you so much, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys so much. God bless and stay safe.
We are the Morning Hustle.